Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is October 11th, and this is your aftermarket update. All right, so we ended up with a good day here at the Oil Trading Group. In fact, we had a 6-to-1 reward to risk trade that actually salvaged my day here. When we started out today, I was trading two lots, and the market was really kind of all over the place. It was crude oil inventory report day, also on the CL. And we had a couple of ideas, and the market ended up rolling over. And I was having a really challenging day up until we got to the trade of the day. I'm going to show you the stats here on that in just a couple of minutes. But first, I want to talk to you about what we did and why we got into that trade. I did reduce the risk down to one lot on this ES trade. In fact, I'd gotten to a point where if whatever I ended up doing on this trade was going to be my last trade of the day. And it was the last trade of the day, and it ended up being a super positive trade. Let's talk about it here really quickly. One of the things that we talk about is kick the signal, pay the target. If the market comes up to a structure signal, can't make it down to the level below, then you are looking for the market to get to the target above. And that is indeed what happened here today. The market comes up to the daily structure target and then begins the process here of rolling over. Once we hit this daily structure target, the market gets to this 2782.75. We had a really pretty good idea that the market was going to roll over all the way down. Potentially, we were looking to target all the way down to 35.25. Market gets in. We end up getting in here at 2782. Really 2782.75, one tick below this level. What you're going to see is this market kind of rotate back and forth. And once we had this little spike up, you're going to hear me get into this trade here at this point. And we were actually, like I said, we were looking to carry it all the way down to the structure target. Now, you're going to see me with a little bit taller stop than I normally like to do. I wanted to get above this swing point here. So at 82.75, my stop was going to be up here on a one lot that ended up being like a $237.50 stop. And what we ended up doing is writing the market down, and we were looking to add along the path. In fact, once we broke down through this zone and through this structure mid and got down through some of this congestion down here, we ended up adding one lot to the trade. And so what we were able to do successfully is have a minimal amount of risk up front, add to that position, and ended up with a 6-to-1 or just over a $1,437 trade. For the day, right? So the market comes down, rolls down through, comes back up, and trail stops me out for a $1,400 trade. So I'm going to let you watch that video here in just a moment. The other thing I'm going to show you here is this is what the trade review stats for the day look like. Again, you can see that we ended up $517 with the best trade of the day being that $1437.50 trade. We only won 25% of the trades here today. So again, I was having a very challenging day with all of this additional volatility and liquidity. It was really just kind of shaking me back and forth. So I am going to show you this trade of the day, and the reason I'm showing you this is not to say that we had a total net of 1437, but rather because we had this. If you look here, the average winning trade was $725, and the average losing trade was $186.50. That is a 4-to-1 reward to risk, winning trade versus losing trade. We were holding on. Our losing trades were 4 minutes. Our average winning hold time for winning trades was 22 minutes. That's 5-to-1 there. And so, again, that is how the day ended up. And so we did end up, you could tell then that we were struggling pretty mightily leading into that final trade. But, again, it just takes one trade when you're trying to cut these losers short and letting your winners run. It just takes one trade. So let me explain what you're going to see here in the video today. First thing, though, before I do that, I want you to take a look here. This is a pretty normal looking chart until you start to analyze a couple of things about it. I want you to look at the size of some of these bars. This bar, as an example, was 72.5. This is a 5-minute bar up to 88.5. That is 16 ES points on one single bar. And so with these big, long bars, it was really hard to stay in things today. With this choppy, bouncy conditions, and we saw some of the same stuff on the CL today. So it's one of the reasons why I brought the stop back a little bit higher than normal. Also, we had some technical difficulties, one with the trading platform and one with the trading room. Most people were okay, but there were a handful of people that were affected negatively by the trade room shutting down basically for some of these people. They were being booted. And so what you're going to see here, normally I have price ladders where you can see all of the statistics of the particular trade and the day on those price ladders. I was having like I said, a technical issue with my price ladders today, and so I rebooted in a more simplified mode. And so unfortunately you don't get to see all that information on the price ladder, which is why I'm showing it to you here, so that you can see that heading into that single winning trade here today, we were up 1437, and heading into that trade though we were down a bunch of ticks here. When you take a look, that was what the total net for the day was. So again, when you see the video, I'm not going to show you the video in its entirety. I'm just showing you the beginning where we get in. I'm showing you where it is that we add, and then I'm letting you hear kind of what happened at the very end of that trade. But again, for today only, we were having some technical issues, and so sadly you couldn't see the entirety of the trade go down. On the price ladders, the information on top of the price ladders like I normally do, you'll see the price ladders here, but normally I'll have at the top the UP&L, P&L, and the net, which is the number of lots being traded today. Again, because I had to reboot the platform in safe mode, basically, it gave me limited access to some of the features. Anyway, I say all of that so that you understand what you're looking at when you watch the Trade of the Day video. So again, I'm going to cut the video down, put a little music behind it, let you see where we get in, let you see where our add position was, and then let you see where it is that we get taken out. So, having said that, without further ado, here is that OTG Trade of the Day. On the ES, I'm in at 75, one lot on the ES. The high up there is 87.25. We're going to put the stop here at 87.5. And then I'm going to look to add at 75. Even. I'm going to look to add at 75. 87.5 is the stop. That's taller than I like to go, but we got to get over the top of these bars here. Right? We got to get over the top of these bars. Okay, I'm averaged in that second lot. And we're looking at 35 as your target. That brings my average in here to 72. We're going to protect to 64. 8 points to 64. And look at it go, baby. Go, go, go. Okay, that was a give or take $1,400 trade.